Faisal, I love what you're doing here. Please tell us, what is the Bridges of Understanding and what we're doing here this evening?
Well, I think what we really focus on is how we're able to bring both youth and adults together in dialogue. Bridges of Understanding was founded 10 years ago, really to help to break down the misconceptions that started to sort of percolate after September 11th. And this year we've actually really also found a great match in that we're merging with an organization called Soliya. They're leaders in the field, founded on the same principles that we have. But we're also with them going to be looking at a more global approach to our programming and engagement. And so we're really excited.
Yeah.
Soliya was your baby?
Yeah.
How did it come about?
There were a lot of people involved, but yeah, I think, you know, I had worked as a journalist for many years for ABC News, and I'd spent a lot of time in the Middle East. Frankly, as many people do, building relationships with people and recognizing how much that influenced my perspective on these much broader issues about, you know, the issues of the day. This was, I had these experiences in 99, 2000, 2001. I came back to New York in the summer of 2001. A few months later, September 11th happened, and I was very concerned by the industry that I was a part of. The mass communications industry was doing more to drive us apart than really help us build those human connections.
My big question for you is, how does Soliya get involved with Bridges of Understanding?
It's a good question. So Soliya and Bridges were brought together in consortia because we do similar work. And that's how I met Bridges' ED, Faisal, and we started talking about our strategies for our own organizations and realized that there was so much synergy. We would bring together communities, we would bring together programming, and we would be stronger together.
Stereotypes in Jordan, Oman, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates.
It's important for us to have these lessons in our class because it teaches children how not to just judge a book by its cover, basically.
Yeah, so we've been definitely using the Bridges curriculum in different ways over the last few years. So we've done it as standalone lessons in the school, but also as a part of a really kind of comprehensive unit of study around the Arab world. And it's been really amazing for us to think differently about how to work with kids around these issues and to start to really develop real-world group.
These lessons are important now because in the world that we live in today, these questions and these topics and ideas are being brought up politically, globally, in our households, digitally. They're everywhere, they're everything for us, and these questions are things that need to be discussed. If they go unanswered, then these are the types of stereotypes that are going to get perpetuated and bring people down when we need to be bringing people together in the world that we're in today.
Today, we merge into Soliya, growing our youth initiatives, expanding our global impact, engaging tomorrow's civic leaders.
The main thing I learned from Soliya's program that we need the main key to communicate with another person is the respect.
Bridges of Understanding and Soliya. Let's stand together.
I'm constantly struck by how people's instinct when it comes to difference is to move away or be kind of frighteningly curious, you know? And I've learned that if you just provide opportunities for people to meet and people to get to know one another, that changes. I would rather you see us as distinct and different and that's okay. And so you learn to understand difference as an opportunity, as something to be curious about, as something to go towards.
So yeah, we see this as a model that, if scaled, can really help a new generation of young adults both have the inclination to cooperate with people from other cultures, but also have the skills and competencies to do that effectively.
How did the award come about?
The award came about because we wanted to look at people who used their positions of power, right, to be able to bring people together in communication and dialogue.
Pierre, what an honor to have you here today. How do you feel about receiving the Bridges of Understanding Award this evening?
Well, it's very nice, very unexpected.
And that's why we're really excited to honor Pierre Audi, who is the artistic director of the Park Avenue Armory and the Dutch National Opera, as well as Cherien Davis, who is a filmmaker that has been lauded from Sundance to Tribeca and the Venice Film Festival, and her work really highlights what it's like to be an Arab American today. We're enhancing this notion of global citizenship, that it's not about belonging to a country or a race or religion. It's about owning our identity but respecting that we're all part of the human race, that we're all global citizens, we're all part of this world, and that's how we identify. And I think we're passing that message along to the next generations, so hopefully that then has an impact on how we conduct ourselves in the world today and tomorrow.
I think when you choose, art as a medium, as a journey, as your passion, it is because you want to do this type of thing. It's because you have something to say that maybe isn't popular, and you want to push those boundaries.
I think it's people like Cherien who have been providing these platforms for new voices, right? By sheer will, determination, and talent. But I would have loved to have grown up with these type of voices in the entertainment industry, because they would have made me feel less alone. And I think today the beautiful thing that we're providing to people is we're giving them representations of themselves on screen, on stage, so that they no longer have to feel other.